Hi there, how are you? I would like to welcome you back to my channel. This is Caitlin's Slice of Life. I am Caitlin, as I'm sure you have deduced simply by reading. And I am here today to talk to you about skin. Your skin. And something that, I do a lot of products, I do a lot of videos on beauty products and skincare and hair care and reviewing things and hauls, and all that's good and well, and it's all fun. But if you're like most people, the reason why you watch these videos of reviews and hauls and things of that nature is that you don't go out and buy something that is wrong for you, or you don't go out and buy something that is essentially a bad product. I would still venture to say that most people are still buying things that are not necessarily what they need based on the recommendation of an influencer. And the best way to avoid buying something that you don't need based on the recommendation of an influencer is to know your skin type, know your needs, and know your limitations or your skill set, or however you want to phrase it. Knowing you is the best way you can save money and avoid buying things that won't work for you. The first step to that is knowing what your skin type is. And I know that might not seem overly hard. Come on, who doesn't know what your skin type is? My first day working for Sephora, we went to training, and we were there for 2 weeks. Training, grilling brands, grilling makeup application techniques, grilling skin and skincare and all these things. So we're grilling, we're training, we're learning, we're doing our thing, and they say, I want you to go around the room and tell us what your skin type is. And I'm like, easy, I'm oily. I'm an oily skin type. I break out, I'm doing it now. I'm oily, I have to be. There's no way I'm not oily. So we go around the room, and 3/4 of us were wrong about our skin type. One of the only people who was right is an esthetician. Go figure. I was wrong, and I was feeling pretty stupid because I was supposed to be the manager of this group of people, wonderful group of ladies, and I had no idea what my skin type was. So I'm going to help you avoid making that same mistake. Let's talk about skin types. What makes a skin type? And in order for you to do that, you're going to need to wash your face. Take all your makeup off, every bit of it. And I don't mean just take a wipe and kind of, dab, whatever. I want you to completely remove all of your makeup, all of it. And then I want you to go and sit for an hour and do nothing. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face. Don't put any moisturizer on, don't put any skincare on, don't put any makeup on. Just wash your face with a gentle cleanser, not an exfoliant, just a nice, gentle, basic cleanser. Wash all your makeup off and then go sit for an hour. And the reason behind this is we want your skin to set. We want to see what your skin is going to do. And typically, immediately when you wash your face is a little red, it's a little irritated because you're washing and you're doing what you need to do, you're getting the crap off your face, which is great. You're supposed to do that. But you can't truly see what your skin is unless you leave it alone for an hour. Let's talk about the different types of skin that you could have. There are 6 types of skin, 6 categories that skin is qualified in. There's dry, there's oily, there's combination, there's sensitive, there's acne prone, and then there's normal. Who's normal? Oh wait. Not me. So, you've washed your face, you've sat for an hour. Now I want you to go back to a mirror, and I want you to look in the mirror, and I want you to touch your skin. And I want you to see what's going on. Is your skin dry? Does your skin feel parched? Does your skin feel dry? Do you feel tightness in your cheeks and forehead area? Do you feel like when you smile, your face might crack? That means you have dry skin. When you look at your skin, is it shiny? Is it slippy? Can you see the oil developing, especially in this area called your T-zone? Chin, nose, forehead, T-zone? Or is it feeling dry and tight in the cheeks, but you're noticing a little oil on the forehead? If you're noticing oil consistently around your face, if your face looks shiny, it doesn't feel dehydrated at all, it's actually kind of greasy, you can even take a tissue and blot it on your nose or blot it on your forehead. You might see some oil on the tissue. That's called a blot test. That means you have oily skin. If you feel like you have dry through here and oily in other places, that might mean you have combination skin. If you are prone to breakouts, obviously we don't have to talk about that, but I'm not just talking like the occasional pimple or two that kind of comes around during that time of the month. I'm talking about full blown, always breaking out, always having pimples. You're obviously acne prone. And if you have sensitive skin, you'll see you'll see redness and inflammation, and the simplest ingredient or the simplest thing can set off your skin. That makes your skin sensitive. Most of us have a degree of sensitivity to our skin. A degree. If you wash your face and you sit for an hour and you do nothing and you go back and you look in the mirror and your face looks exactly the same and it doesn't feel tight and it doesn't look oily, that means you have normal skin. Congratulations! You're normal. At least your skin is. I wouldn't know what that is. So you've determined kind of what your skin looks like, but maybe you're just not sure. You're seeing a little patch of oil here and a little patch of dryness over here. You're probably combination. Most of us are combination skin people. Other ways to check for dryness is with a pinch test. So you pinch your skin. Does your skin wrinkle? Like you can see how my skin easily wrinkles. Do you see this? I have dry skin. I am dry through my cheeks on my forehead. Those are some flaws I have. It's me. I'm okay with showing them to you. Dry. But if you look at my nose, you can see a little bit of shininess. It's a little bit of oil. I've already powdered. Now, I am sweating a little bit because it's hot in my house today, but I have oil, seasonal oil, in my T-zone. And that's from, the warm weather and the sweating. I get a little bit more oily. Your skin type can change based on the season and your environment. Those are some other ways to check. If you pinch and you have just nice, soft, bouncy skin and it doesn't crinkle, that means you probably have oily skin or closer to oily skin, because the sebum that you're naturally producing in your skin is keeping your skin nice and, like juicy, for lack of a better word. Another way you can tell by looking at your face and knowing your skin is your pore size. So your pores, if they are large, that typically is an indicator that you have oily skin. If your pores are really small and tight, that's a good indicator that you have dry skin. Now again, on my face, my pores are very large on my nose. I can see them visibly even with foundation on. They're there. That's hence the production of the oil in my nose. But my cheeks, my pores are tiny, 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 like non-existent. That's because I have dry cheeks. So I have a combination skin, and that is kind of how you would determine what skin type you have. And if you've gone through all of these things and you realize, like, I still really just don't get it, I don't know what skin type I am, you can either see a dermatologist, which is kind of like a no-brainer. Going to your doctor, going to a dermatologist, they are obviously going to pinpoint precisely what your skin is. They're going to be able to tell you what every bump, lump, patch, whatever, they're going to be able to tell you what it all is. If you're like me, getting to the dermatologist is no easy feat. So I like to know, and I am not, thankfully suffering from any major afflictions. I'm just kind of your average person with your average combination skin that is more dry in the winter and a little more oily in the summer. And the point is that I know this about my skin. I know what makeup products are going to perform on my skin and how, depending on what area of the skin they go in and what their ingredients are. I've learned this. I've learned which ingredients to avoid in my skincare depending on what time of year it is. And this all comes from trial and error. But the point is, I'm hoping that these videos and this video series helps take the confusion out of it for you. So once you've determined what type of skin you have, you could have a dry forehead, acne-prone cheeks, a oily nose, and a sensitive chin. That is not unusual. That does not make you weird. It makes you combination, and it means you've got a lot of different things you need to be aware of and treat. The first thing that you can do to help your skin without spending a dime is to drink more water. And that is one thing that I fail at consistently. So I'm trying to be better. but I would have less crinkling in my face if I drank more water. It's just something I don't always think to grab. I always think to grab the coffee because I'm falling asleep, but the water is something I don't always think to grab. So by drinking a lot of water, and I mean a lot of water, that is like the best thing you can do for your skin, and it doesn't cost you anything. So definitely start there. If you're noticing that you're having more breakouts or you're more dry, start with increasing your water intake. So I'm gonna stop here. This is where I'm going to wrap the video up. I do know at Sephora, they have an actual little reader that actually you put on your face, and it'll tell you if you're dry or dehydrated or oily. So if you're still really concerned, or you still really am not sure, go into Sephora, let one of the girls help you. They definitely can. They're trained to do that. But this is just to get you started. So I'm going to stop here. And what I would like to do is break down what skin care ingredients work best for which skin type. And I'm going to start with oily because that seems to be the biggest the biggest thing that people complain about the most. They want to know how to control their oily skin. They want to know, what products they can use and what skincare they can use and how to keep their makeup in place from keeping it from rubbing off and not looking shiny without having to powder consistently throughout the day. So we're going to talk about oily skin next. I hope that you found this video interesting. Comment below and let me know what skin type you have discovered that you are. Drink your water. I'll see you in my next video.